The Cowboys and how they are all at is basically saying you're nothing without Ezekiel Elliott. That's how pathetic you sound. I'm not finished. Wait a second now. Now we talk about the Dallas Cowboys in terms of who I'm going to side with. I'm going to roll with the Cowboys in this. I'm going to sit up there and say, I understand that you need to pay Ezekiel Elliott. My problem is, why can't he wait? What has he done to Rush? His misbehavior, getting suspended. Yeah. All right, he was just in the commissioner's office weeks ago. Oh, by the way, Dak Prescott, you got to pay him. Amari Cooper's the #1 receiver. You got to pay him because you traded for him.
Why is it when the billionaires do business, we say, hey, that's the business of football. But when the millionaire football players say, we want to do some business too, oh, what you doing?
Is that a rhetorical question or can I answer it? Is that a rhetorical question or can I answer it?
That's what I'm saying.
Can I answer it?
So Zeke is doing the same thing he's doing when he says, you know what, you're not performing up to par. I have to cut my losses, and they cut you. Zeke is saying, I have performed over par, and I want my money, so I'm holding out.
Can I respond? Can I respond?
Yes, you can.
I can't. That is not the same thing. And let me tell you why. The billionaires are usually the ones who cut the check, not cash them. So we lament the fact that billionaires aren't dealt with, but we lament it because we're helpless to do anything about it because they're the ones that cut the check. In basketball, for example, I'd give anything to get rid of James Dolan. Guess what? We can't make him sell the team. So that's the reality of the situation. So Ezekiel Elliott, even though he's balling, you yourself have been on the record raving about the marketing genius that is Jerry Jones. Well, guess what? All right, so the Dallas Cowboys are going to be relevant. The Dallas Cowboys are going to get their money without Ezekiel Elliott. So if I'm going to give it to him, how come I can't hold it to
the point here? You're missing the point. It ain't just dollars. It's egos that rises the billionaire to the billionaire. Yes, they got the money. That's why they went and bought the team. And the one thing they want to do more than anything is strut around the other billionaires and say, I beat you. Zeke can give him a title to go tell Robert Kraft, I beat you, to go tell all those other owners. That's the most important part. They got dollars they can't even spend. They want that bribe. They want that bribe.
My arm saddled, I'm not going to try to match your intensity by raising up out of my seat, but I will say, but I don't need to stand up in order to make my point. Sit down.
That's now listen to this. Don't try to rob my glory with that story.
Excuse me.
Come on.
There's no such thing. It's an oxymoron to mention a cowboy and glory in the same sentence. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Now here's the deal. Listen. You talk about Ezekiel Elliott. He's the one that's going to deliver. I understand it's only been 3 years. I understand he's led the league in rushing 2 of those 3 years. But I don't see the Cowboys win any Super Bowl titles over the last 3 years. It's not like, listen, I'm saying Dak. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Ezekiel Elliott can't get paid. I'm saying the priority should be Dak Prescott first. And I don't have a problem if it's Amari Cooper too, since you gave up first rounders to get him.
Let me tell you what we miss. What we miss is Zeke has covered for this team. And this is the part that gets under my nerves because we don't mind paying the Mike Glennons $20 million a year, $18 million.
I mind it.
We let it go. Nobody don't say, oh, that's too much. We don't mind paying the Sam Bradfords $25 million.
I said that too.
And they sit on their tank right on that bench all the time.
That's right.
We don't mind any of that.
Yes,
but when a man like Zeke, who has touched the ball more than anybody in the NFL. Anybody in the NFL. And he missed 6 games more than anybody except the quarterbacks. That's why we pay him so much, because they touch the ball so much. I know you hear all the time, the defense wins championship, but the reality is points win. At the end of the game, they do not say who played the best defense. They say who had the most points. And that ball has to go across the goal line to score points. And we give that ball to Ezekiel Elliott, and that's what he does. He takes it across the goal line, and he scored 2 points. That's why you need Zeke more than you need any of that other stuff you just talked about.
I just have a question because obviously we have to bring some sensibility to this argument. When last time we saw Ezekiel Elliott was in a playoff game against the Los Angeles Rams, how did he do that game?
They lost that game.
Oh, no. That is not my question. I asked you, how did he do? I didn't say how the Cowboys did. I said, how did he do? When did he do that game?
They did a great job. They did a great job of stacking the box and slowing down the run. They did a great job of stacking the box and slowing down the run. And then they did a great job of moving the Cowboys around. I watched that game. I watched that game very closely, and they made a few plays. Even though all that went on, the Cowboys still had a chance to win that football.
Oh, so that's what we do now.
They still had a chance to win that football game. So now,
this is where you make me laugh.
what I'm saying to you, what I'm
three-time
saying to you
Super
right
Bowl
now,
champion
right
for the Dallas Cowboys, a Hall of Famer, is sitting across from me and going like this. We had a chance.
There are levels.
We had a chance.
There are levels.
Really?
And then there are
Really?
steps.
Really?
There are levels and then there are steps. I would like to take that rocket shot to the top, but there are levels and then there are steps. We went 7-9, 11-5, and then we got on to a Super Bowl. You got to learn to win on other levels, learn to deal with disappointment on other levels, and then come back and regroup and say we will finish this race this year. That's why it's so important to get Zeke in this camp right now.